Barakatah Yahweh, 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 Barakatah Yahweh. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadah. That water to the apostles, a great millstone. Citation all your Akims and Aquas pushing the truth. It's Yahweh Kanan coming in, children of the light, children of the light, banging on these Edomites. This one or two lessons I got. I got one coming up of Irv Gotti, which I did a lesson on him about 3-4 months ago about taking that cash payment. But this is about Kiah Duggins, which I did one before on her. She was the professor, the young, bright, intellectual Judite who, she didn't know what she got herself involved in. She went to Harvard, and then she transferred to Howard. But when she was at Harvard, she gave her testimony, which you see from the last lesson, and it's all about the justice and right for her people. And I'm gonna start with the lesson, and we're gonna continue this. And that plane crash where that Black Hawk helicopter ran into hers was not a coincidence. It wasn't a accident. It wasn't any of those things. You got certain Judites who being involved in these institutions, and because they don't want to participate and be a part of the Black Boule, and they use them as training grounds to recruit. But Yahushua is revealing Esau. So we're gonna go from 0 to 50 seconds, and this the Akim and brother video doing a hell of a job. Introvert rock star, he doing a hell of a job. I would say subscribe to him. Doing a hell of a job. So this is third one on her. It speaks for itself. So let's get right into it. I got my points in it. I got 3 points. The first one gonna be from 0 to 50 seconds. Then after that, let's keep going.
So that's a great question. So when I was applying to law school, I imagined that law school was kind of a Hogwarts for justice, where everybody comes and we learn how to fight for justice together. And that's, especially at Harvard, that's kind of the image that I had in my head. And that is not what I found when I got there. I found that at Harvard Law School, at least, it's mostly an institution that seeks to preserve and hoard power, to put it in one sentence, and not to fight for justice. And so that's the kind of foundation where my answers are going to come from.
And look, I know a lot of people that say, oh.
So as you can see, she go right into explaining to you exactly what she found out about the university Harvard she was at. So let's get that Psalms 49. You heard it from the horse's mouth. See, she went in there, young, intellectual, very bright. And we would say that the Talented 10, W.D. Du Bois, under Rockefeller in the, I think the 70s. Let me get it. Because they would have been wrong to recruit her like they've been doing. Talented 10.
According to Wikipedia, the Talented Tenth is a term that designated a leadership class of African Americans in the early 20th century.
See that? So let's get a little overview of it. It say the Talented 10 is a term that designates a leadership class of African Americans in the early 20th century. Although the term was created by white northern philosophers, it is primarily associated with W.E.D. Du Bois, who used it as a title of an influenced essay published in 1903. It appears in The Negro Problem, a collection of essays written by leading African Americans and assembled by Booker T. Washington. Right? Historical context. Just so y'all can see, W.E.D. Du Bois, but look who's behind it. W.D. Rockefeller. See? So that's why these institutions recruit these jakes through the Black Boule Society. And that's why to this day, you also have Prince Hall and so forth, who's a Mason. And y'all all affiliated and tied in to these organizations. Just like y'all going to find out about Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. But that's going to be later towards the end of the lesson. Right now, let's do this Psalms 49 and 11. See that? Because you see what Harvard was about, preserving the status quo. The Psalms 49 and 1, it said, "Hear this, all ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world. Both low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark sands upon the harp." It said, "Wherefore should I fear the days of evil, where the iniquity of my heel shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of the riches," because you're going to find out throughout this lesson that the faculty, the leadership, and the employees of Harvard all his slaves. Themselves the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him, because y'all touched the apple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah. It said, "For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceases forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth the wise man die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others." And right, they have. That's why when they go to research the Harvard University, which you're going to see after this, that they fired all the employees that was going to do the research. And what, you don't think Kiah knew about this? But oh well. It said, "For he seeth the wise man die." Okay. It said, their inward thought is, it said, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generation. They call their lands after their name." Okay. So let me get some more of this. Where we going now? 1 minute, 30 seconds in to 6 minutes. Now, this is going to be a lot, but pay attention. Pay attention.
And then I found this recent video. Check this shit out.
University has laid off a team of researchers tasked with identifying descendants of those enslaved by the university's leadership.
NBC 10 Boston's Malcolm Johnson has more on the sudden terminations of those researching the university's past. It's a story all new at 5.
We found over 900 people enslaved by Harvard leadership, faculty, and staff.
It was Wayne Tucker's job to find people enslaved on Harvard's campus by Harvard leaders, faculty, and staff, and to trace their descendants. That is, until yesterday.
Yesterday, we were just relieved of all of our duties around 11:30 a.m.
Tucker and his colleagues at the Harvard Slavery Remembrance Program, a university initiative tasked with identifying direct descendants of those enslaved by Harvard leadership, were abruptly laid off.
It's disgusting, to treat your colleagues like that.
Tucker says the program worked with passion because of how many descendants they'd found.
That rush, when you find that nugget, you're like, oh my God, That's a rush that we would get once a week.
That 900 number is a big number.
Sean Wynn is the president of Harvard Black Law Students.
I think for a lot of people, we saw the 9-figure commitment to a legacy of slavery initiative as a positive sign and a step in the right direction. And I think I, speak for a lot of people on this campus when I say that this most recent news feels like it is a step in the wrong direction.
It's absolutely not good colleagueship, and it does not reflect well on senior leadership at the initiative and the university as a whole.
The research will be continued by American Ancestors, a genealogical nonprofit based right here in New England. Reporting in Needham, I'm Malcolm Johnson, NBC 10 Boston.
And see, that video was from 2 weeks ago, and that plane crash happened January the 29th. That same weekend, Kiah Duggins was headed to Harvard to participate in a Systemic Justice Project conference. A Systemic Justice Project conference is a gathering organized by the Systemic Justice Project, typically based at the Harvard Law School, where academics, lawyers, activists, and students convene to discuss and analyze how systemic injustices operate within the law system, focusing on ways to address these issues through law and policy changes, often with a focus on the role of lawyers in broader societal problems and systemic change. And you saw the video. Harvard just laid off employees whose job was to find descendants of slaves they once owned at their university. And you think Kiah Duggins ain't know that? You think she ain't know that was about to happen? You think she ain't know this was happening? Do you think they wanted Kiah Duggins moving on to Howard University and teaching her students, her people, everything she learned at Harvard University, everything she found out, all the dark shit she found out? And look, when it comes to Harvard University, Harvard Law, all the same thing. When it comes to them, their job is to study people. They use their students to study people, study a group of people like black people, and they study you to keep you down so they know what type of music to put out. They know what type of food to put out. They know what type of social media content to put out to keep us fighting against each other. That's their...
Hey, husbands, Valentine's
and
Day
to prove it's their
If
job,
you
what
found
the
the love of
Akim
your
said,
life,
that
get
they
out of
actually
this.
even made a movie
against each other.
called Cloning Tyrone, and they even show you how they go about doing it. And every person that I ask, have they watched it, they downplay it. And I just be like, all right, whatever. Gotta know when to stop talking to certain people.
It's their job. That's what they do. Because how you have 900 slaves that you own, but see, they only telling us 900 because if they told us the true number, if they told us the real number, it would be too disrespectful. And look, I can tell you what type of student Kiah Duggins was. She wanted the campus that she learned on her own. She was smarter than her professors because she knew the truth. Your professor in college, they can only tell you what they tell them to tell you, what the curriculum say to tell you. That's all they can tell you. A lot of times, especially as black people, we know more than professors because we go tell the truth because they go try to hide the slavery. They go try to hide about your ancestors. They go try to hide that. But Kiah Duggins always called them out. And not only that, I can picture her right now. I can picture her finding all the dirt, finding all the cheat codes at Harvard University. And she was going to give those same cheat codes to the people at Howard University. If you don't believe me, check this out.
And Ivy Leagues hoard a lot of power and privilege. And so I was like, let me go in here and see what I can take. Let me go in here and see what I can take and sprinkle about the world. So that's why I chose Harvard. And Harvard's a good place to come and get, take things, take resources, get all you can, sprinkle it about the world, kind of like Robin Hood style. And so, yeah, that's why I chose it.
And see, look, when it comes to these people, nothing is a coincidence. I don't care what it is, the LA fires, Hurricane Katrina, the levees breaking, guns on trains being dropped off in crates in the hood, and a damn Army Black Hawk helicopter running into an American airline plane. That's not a coincidence. What's the irony? 1 week you lay off people. It was their job to find descendants of slaves that you once owned, that Harvard University once owned. And then the next week you have a former student who's still involved in the school, an activist, an attorney. She's about to be a professor at Howard University. And that next week, her plane is hit by an Army helicopter. That's not a coincidence. I need y'all to slow down when it comes to life and really think things through, because these people getting away with murder. Because you heard the video
which they actually not getting away with anything. You know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua got their number. So, damn, I had a scripture pop in my head. But this Numbers, this Numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit it, wherein I dwelleth, for I the Lord dwelleth among the children of Israel. See that? So for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to tell y'all that he dwell amongst the children of Israel, y'all have no respect and no fear of touching the apple of his eye. Let me get that. This Zechariah 2 and 8. I got some more scriptures too. This Edomites, they making it a sport. This Zechariah 2. This Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory has he sent me unto the nation which spoileth you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of my eye. So you Edomites in trouble. Jeremiah 30 and 16. So you Edomites in trouble. That's why they're trying to hide everything. It's Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So all your Harvard, all your universities and stuff, hoarding power and keeping on to the legacy of the downfall of the children of Israel, y'all got repercussions coming back behind that. Y'all know y'all do. They know they got it coming. This Revelation 13 and 9, they know what's up. See that? Y'all using that Black Hawk helicopter to take the sister out, didn't do nothing but defile the land of blood, touch the apple of the Yahushua eye, the children of Israel. And that's why we doing lessons. This Revelation 13, 8 and 9. It said, start at 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed by the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. See that? So we waiting patiently. Yahushua said, wait upon me until I rise up to the prey. And that's why y'all shaking in y'all goddamn boots. And y'all better keep working fast. Because your Elon Musks and your Trumps and all your Hillary Clintons and all you motherfuckers, Bill Clinton, all y'all ass in trouble. Isaiah 4, and all you 2/3 of you sellout. From you black boule talented 10 motherfuckers, all y'all ass in trouble. Because this last one gonna let you know who else in trouble too. This Isaiah 49 and 23. It said 22 said, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thou sons in thou arms, and thou daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders, because y'all gonna be our servants. And kings shall be thy nurse and father, this after the kingdom come. and their queens thou nursing mothers. Right, y'all leadership. They shall bow down to thee with the face towards the earth, and lick up the dust from thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall be ashamed that waiteth. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. See that? So we ain't ashamed. Y'all trying to quiet people and pay people off to go along with what y'all got going on. No, hell no. Fuck y'all. At this point, motherfucker take death. Then be quiet. Ain't no be quiet. It's all gas, no brakes. So I'm gonna start at 7:12, ended at 8:25. But look who else involved in it. See that? Here you go.
I played in the beginning. She said Harvard is not about justice. And we seeing what they doing right now. They getting rid of the people who's trying to find the descendants. They getting rid of everything that has to do with black. And then I slowed it down some. I said, wait. I remember she interned with Michelle Obama. I said, wait. I know Michelle Obama said something. She shouted her out. She said, rest in peace or something. So I went to Michelle Obama's Instagram account and I saw nothing. She posts nothing. I said, okay, let me see if Obama said something. Obama said nothing. I said, okay, I know they wrote some articles or anything. No articles. Okay, Mike, let me try YouTube. No YouTube videos, neither one of them. No TikTok videos, neither one of them. And then it dawned on me, Michelle and Obama went to Harvard University. The things that Kiah Duggins believed in, it was too real and raw. They can't be connected to her. And when I say the things she believed in, black people, she believed in her people. She loved her people, like for real, in real life. She wasn't just talking. She wasn't just getting on a podium and just talking about hope and shit. And matter of fact, let's read a quick passage from her 32-page journal. Check this out. In light of unsuccessful police reforms, contemporary black American abolitionists like Dr. Angela Davis and Marion Kaba have refocused movements for police accountability on the largest systemic forces contributing to police violence like colonialism, economic exploitation, and white supremacist ideologies. Dismantling the root causes of police violence requires a societal transformation that reforms like body cameras and training cannot fix. Residents in high crime communities have been asking for better schools, parks, libraries, and jobs, but these services are rarely provided because the residents lack political power to obtain support that would make their community safer and healthier. Instead of asking the police to be the lead agency in dealing with homelessness, mental illness, school discipline, youth unemployment, immigration, youth violence, sex work, and drugs, contemporary black abolitionists demand that funding be divested from the police and invested into education, healthcare, and housing programs that can tackle inequality directly, as we see from the example of Taiwan's successful efforts to protect marginalized communities by strengthening social and political infrastructures. Listening to black activists' calls for social and political investment will help the U.S. become a more equitable society. And she was basically telling y'all, in our community, the police ain't there to help the people. It ain't there to fix the problems. They there to exploit the people. Because like I always tell y'all, without crime, without poverty, without miseducation, jobs like a police officer, a judge, a DA, a lawyer.
Yeah, see, so this is all about it's systematic of oppression of the children of Israel, which let me get the scripture on that. Get that mic up real quick. This Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted with what? The blood of all of our ancestors. it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Right, the philosophy of this place. They studied us. They know how to make us tick, what make us mad, and so forth. So you have to mentally come up out of this place and come back to your heritage, your nationality, your laws, statutes, and commandments. Rehearse the righteous acts. You have to. See, we got to put off that old man, which is Babylon the Great, and move forward. Shit, you got no other choice. Everything is all being put out there that this is systematic racism oppression to the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel. And, you know, Kiah Duggins was Gibbons, I'm sorry, was about to, you know, in her own way, break the mold, and it was broken anyways, because what she have done is made Esau bare. He can't hide himself. You heard the last of it, the systemic and body cams and all that. That's a bunch of that's another phase of bullshit. They know what we need. Activists is getting louder and louder. That's because we at the end of Esau rulership in his world, and it's all being exposed. And with that, shalom.